If you're looking at that question, everyone, about, let's see, I want to say it's the second sentence. It says the scenario. Hopefully you had a chance to take a look at that. So just kind of frame it up for everyone. So I come in and I see the lender and I say, you know what, I'm looking to go house shopping and I don't have one in mind yet, and I want to know how much I can afford. So how much house can I buy? Can I afford a tent or can I afford a mansion? And by the way, the realtors, they won't go show me these tents and mansions if I don't have something from the bank with your name and letterhead on it. And what can you do for me? And so I kind of, to connect this back to the other question too, I don't care what you call this, pre-qualification, pre-approval. What I care about is how far you're willing to go here as to which one of those buckets we go in. And then the question here really surrounds what happens when we can't go forward because of information we've uncovered in the process. Now, this also bleeds into, do we have an inquiry? Do we have an application? So we got pre-quals, pre-approvals, inquiries, applications, all the confusing stuff about all those things all on the table at the same time. And if this was easy, I'd be able to share something with you that's like, here it is, black and white, but I'm going to show you just how it's not easy. I'm going to share another item with you here in the chat for everybody. And you're going to laugh at me when you take a closer look at this, but this actually goes back to 1996. Okay, I don't know about all you, but I was in high school. I had no thoughts of regulatory compliance on my radar. But this is still a legit document. Okay, this thing hasn't been superseded, hasn't been killed off. Okay, so it's mortgage loan pre-qualifications, applications or not. I think it's what this question's about, I think. And I went and read it this morning. Every couple of years, this thing seems to pop up. And so I had my 2025 option to read, or ability to read this thing across my desk. And I'd recommend that you take a look at this. But what it comes down to is you have enough information to make a decision. You can't not make a decision. If you're going to choose not to make a decision, then what we need to see is that you're encouraging them to move forward. So it sounds to me like they've got a credit score that's not going to pass what it needs to pass. It's not high enough. Now, you could, in theory, say, you know what, it's low, but maybe there's, outstanding, other factors that maybe we could pull this off. If you're nudging them to move forward, not turning them down, then I could say that this scenario is not not one where you'd have to send out an adverse action notice because you're encouraging them to move forward. But if you've got this credit score and there's nowhere it's going to move forward, then you need to actually send them an adverse action notice. Now, if you read through that item that I posted on the screen, it talks about communicating a decision. One of the things that gets argued often when we sit down with a loan officer is, well, I didn't communicate a decision. Yeah, but you have to. If you have enough information to make a decision, you have 30 days to communicate it. Or you're encouraging people to move forward because you haven't made one yet. You can't be in between. You've either got to be encouraging them to move forward or, yeah, we landed on something. I'm sorry, we can't do this. And you got 30 days to send an adverse action notice. It's one or the other based on the way it was framed up here. And I think that 1996 document might be helpful in moving forward with it.